In week 0, the electricity got started in college football. Khalil Tate, Cole McDonald, dueling on the field. McDonald got the win, but Khalil Tate has to make Arizona fans feel like winners because they got their guy back, one of the best players in all of college football, Khalil Tate, ready to go out and make plays. We're going to talk about both of them, but let's kick things off with Khalil Tate. This guy is electric. You see him here, the jump pass. You notice here the run action fake, and this safety's already dead in the water because this guy's going to run right past him to go make the play. I think it's a beautiful thing to see what Khalil Tate's able to do. We're going to see it from another angle, and you get an opportunity to notice just how beat this safety is with the way that he bites hard. The way that he's got the forward body lean all the way in there, he has no chance to make this play, and I love that Khalil Tate on the jump pass, just let's go ahead and drop that thing in there. Delivers the throw, gets the touchdown. I think we can expect bigger things from Khalil Tate, and the other part about this is his ability, riding down the running back inside to make the safety bite, to go make plays. So I think the big thing here that we're looking for, Khalil Tate going out making plays. It's going to be an exciting 2019.
Tate on first down. Flings wide open, touchdown, Arizona.
We got to welcome in Max Browne, our college football analyst. Max, thanks for joining the show.
Mike, thanks for having me on.
It's always fun to talk about these quarterbacks. We got Khalil Tate, we've got Cole McDonald. We saw a week 0 match that was a shootout. What do you think about the potential for Khalil Tate and Cole McDonald, two guys that were electric at times?
Starting the year off in a hot way. You had it spot on, absolute shootout. I think the ceiling for both these quarterbacks is sky high for different reasons, though, right? With Cole McDonald, more of a pocket guy, still has legs, but he's gonna sit in the pocket and make you pay. With Khalil Tate here, like we see, I mean, the most dangerous or arguably the most dangerous quarterback in college football. Both these guys can get it done. Both these guys are the leaders of their offense. And we were spoiled week 1, Mike, an absolute shootout, and going to be hard to top that week in and week out.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. Let's get to the plays now. We start out with Khalil Tate, just a guy that last year, between injuries, trying to understand the new offense, wasn't able to get things done. Right here, you're going to see really, basically, I love this the little in here from the number 2 wide receiver there in the yellow that you see on the screen. His ability to hit that in route and just really punch it in and deliver.
Yeah, and you don't always see this concept of the boundary, right? 3 receivers to one side, kind of jammed up a little bit there. Mm-hmm. But with Khalil Tate, I mean, he does all sorts of stuff. I mean, this is more of an RPO, which as a Pac-12 guy, I mean, you've had fits with Arizona in terms of their offensive line not getting downfield. But with Khalil Tate, look at the absolute no man's land he puts in these defensive ends. The scheme itself is awesome, putting the ball on the receiver right now, and he feels the flow of the backers and puts it right behind him. And it's a great job, and it shows you that 2019 Khalil Tate, he's not just a runner. He can sit in the pocket and make you pay with his arm.
Yeah, I love what they do here to my man, number 96, the linebacker, who he's got to play this honest. We've talked about it with Brock Purdy, where if you don't play it honest, you're going to get burned in the run game. And so he has to play it and respect Khalil Tate's ability to run. And as he expands, you see Khalil Tate recognize that I've got my window, and he punches this thing in there to hit the window, recognizing with some patience that linebacker has now vacated that space.
Totally, and I think the number 3 receiver running off the safety opens that up. But you're right, Khalil Tate's just feeling the flow. Feel like the outside zone that they do time and time again gets the backers to flow, and he fits it right in there. A little baby roll, which you don't always see at a quarterback with this action, but shows you Khalil Tate's athleticism and his ability to throw off platform and off balance as well.
Yeah, I think we can be in for a good year with Khalil Tate if he's healthy and he's understanding. He's worked with Noah Mazzone to really understand this offense, and I think this first play is a clear indicator that, hey, you know what? This is not a guy that's just out there running like I was a year ago or 2 years ago.
Going through reads, going through progressions, without a doubt. I think that was kind of the frustration last year with Khalil Tate at times, right? Is he might be sitting in the pocket, but he's not getting completions. If they do things like this, even in a losing effort last week, they'll still have success, and definitely a sleeper team in the Pac-12 moving forward.
Yeah, looking forward to watching it. You get to that next play. The next play we get out of Khalil Tate, this is another one. I love this. And this is obviously we're going to see, I love that we got the colors in there now. You see the running backs are both going to run those out routes to try to occupy your flat defenders. We've got this little over coming from the left side down. And then, of course, we've got a guy running. We have the wide receiver to the top of the screen running off that corner. I think this play speaks to the maturation of Khalil Tate, because he would not be nearly as patient a year ago to be able to hit this route across the field.
Without a doubt. This is what people want to see. This is awesome. This is from 2017 until now. This is the progression you wanted to see. When they rush 3 and drop 8, can Khalil Tate sit in the pocket and pick you apart? And this is living proof that he can. You have to be fired up if you're an Arizona fan. I know you lost the game, but if he's going to make throws like this all year, he gives your offense that next level. And this isn't easy. I mean, imagine the windows this slot receiver is going through. Over the linebackers, under the safeties, going from left hash all the way to the right side of the field. A great read by Khalil Tate, and certainly exciting for sure.
Yeah, another one where he's recognizing what's happening with the defense. You see the safety come down to take on that running back, and he recognizes, okay, he's not going to be there. I know I got my streak going to the top side, so the corner's not going to be there. This is my window. I've got to deliver this throw. Can't be too high, can't be too wide. Otherwise, I'm throwing him into my defenders, and he hits it on the money.
And look how patient he is in the pocket, too. His feet, he's just chilling there. There's no antsiness. There's no he's waiting just to get out. There's no he's getting stressed and getting flushed. He's sitting there saying, you know what, I'm throwing this 20-yard over route, and I'm going to drill it right on my guy's chest, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm no receiver playing quarterback. No, I'm a QB, and I'm going to paint it right on my guy's chest.
Yeah, this is a thing of beauty. This is one of those things that, like, quarterback gurus and guys that play quarterback like you, and I think about it from a defensive standpoint, where there's nothing, you can't cover this, and you know that this is a tough one because you got to wait your turn, you got to bide your time, but he's willing to do it.
Yeah, and from a defensive standpoint, you're probably going up to your D-line saying, guys, get after him.
Yeah.
And the D-line saying, we've been chasing him all day, man. I mean, he's running sideline to sideline, but it's certainly tough. When Khalil Tate's making throws like this, and then, we forget about the fact that he is probably the most electrifying player or one of them in the country, that combination is lethal for the Wildcats this year.
Oh, absolutely. Looking forward to watching. Let's get to the next play. Last one of Khalil Tate here, but I love this. Again, simple. Let's talk through concepts. Let's talk through some scheme here, because this is one of those things that this isn't Khalil Tate really making a hero play. What we're seeing is Arizona's putting things on his plate that he can handle, and they're making sure that they find ways to have that schematic advantage, the ability to manipulate the defense.
And if you go to every 7-on-7 team in high school, college, all spring and all summer, they're going to have this play in their toolkit. I mean, you get to the red zone, it's 2 ends and then a corner route, and it puts the corner back in an absolute bind on the top of the screen. I mean, that corner, he has eyes on number 1 at the top of the screen. Number 1 and number 2 are both going to go 5-yard ends, and then you have a corner route coming over his head. That's awfully hard. That forces the DBs to communicate, and while it's a straightforward play, it still puts you in a bind. It's tough to cover, and the second you get to that 25-yard line as a quarterback, this is now in play. This concept's now in play. It was in every playbook I had, and it's a great design by Arizona and a timely call and great execution by Khalil Tate and the entire offense.
Yeah, to expect the safety to carry that thing is going to be really, really tough, especially because he gets caught looking, and I love this at the end of the play. The safeties looking at each other. This is a sign that something didn't go right when both guys are looking at each other like, I thought you had him. And I think that's a really cool thing that we can kind of highlight is, hey, what? No, where were you at? That was your guy. And so I don't think about it from a corner. I'm not worried about the corner, because I know in theory he will be in that deep third, but the reality is corners don't check number 3s. Corners don't check number 3s. Number 3 is a guy that your safeties have to take control over. And I think that bust here, out of a simple route combination, that bust really speaks to, hey, we're going to give Khalil Tate the tools to operate.
I would love to be in the defensive meeting Sunday morning or Monday night and see these guys chirping at each other. No, you're spot on. This is a week 0 mistake for sure, but those mistakes are going to happen all year long, week 1 through week 0 through week 14 when you're playing Khalil Tate, because that's what he does. He puts your team in a tough spot. There's so much to game plan for. There's so much to prepare for. And then you forget, a basic red zone pass concept that picks you apart. Those are the things you'll sleep on. And I'm sure this won't be the last bust we'll see of a defense when they're playing Khalil Tate's offense.
Yeah, you're spot on. I think this is the big thing as we run through this, get an opportunity to watch just how it all works out. It comes together. The patience out of Khalil Tate, too, to recognize He wanted to throw that in at first. We saw him gather himself and then deliver it to the wide open man and make a play. And of course, we're going to get back to some Cole McDonald now because he had a rough day. And I think this is really cool to have you on to talk about this as a quarterback. Cole, I mean, it's rare that you have a guy that completes 70% of his passes and threw 4 touchdowns. But oh yeah, he had the other 4 picks, so he had to come out of the game. Let's get into Cole McDonald now. He is absolutely someone that just can make hero throws. And I want to talk about this one right here because I don't think people in a real-life game situation, I don't think a lot of folks watching football realize that this is a hero throw.
Yeah, and he makes this throw look like, oh, my quarterback should do that on every single down. But he's on the left hash throwing a 15-yard out on time to the boundary.
Yeah.
That takes anticipation. That takes trust. And what's most impressive to me is he just got done throwing some interceptions. So he knows that his coach is on him. He knows that he's on the hot seat, but he's saying, screw it. I'm still going to drill it on my guy. I'm going to trust my preparation I've done all season and lay it out there. This is a tremendous ball. And this is a Sunday throw, Mike. This is a Sunday throw and awfully hard to guard if you're a defense for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it from a hash standpoint. Obviously, in college, the hashes are wider than the NFL, so he's closer to this left sideline. And then he's throwing this ball outside of the numbers, on a rope, on a line. This is a beautiful play.
And look at the pressure in his face, too. You got linebackers up and in his face. You're going to get a little bit of a rush, and offensive lineman back in his face a little bit. Doesn't even matter. It's a timing route, so he just needs to layer it out there. But even his layering is still on a line. This is exactly how you draw it up. I think sometimes offensive coordinators, you draw things up on Mondays and Tuesdays, and in theory it sounds good, but then it's a different ball game when you get out to the field. And when he's able to execute things like this, I mean, Hawaii is going to have a good year, but then obviously there's the turnovers that we'll get to. Yeah. But this is definitely a good foundation piece for Hawaii.
Yeah, he's got some game to clean up, and I think as we get into this next play with Cole McDonald, this is one. It's really this is the interception that got him pulled. This is the interception that ultimately cost him the opportunity to lead them to victory. But he is still going to be the starter according to Nick Rolovich. So you're going to see him roll out, and he's going to do the thing. And I'm going to go ahead and let you say it because you said it so great on the conference call before.
Yeah, if you made a list of cardinal sins as a quarterback, this is cut up number 1. He's rolling out to his right and throws across his body, and we all have that itch. I did the same thing. I mean, you're rolling out, you think you can fit it in there. You probably fit it in there every single time in high school and middle school and all that, but you get to this level and those windows close quickly. But yeah, he's rolling out, trying to get a little concept to his right, high-low in the flat defender, and gets extended a little bit, throws across his body, and Arizona makes him pay. But these are the mistakes that we saw the last play. All right, all-world throw, and then you see this play, and it's a big reason he finds himself getting benched right after here. So it's tough. Things he can fix for sure, and I'm sure he's kicking himself. And the coach doesn't need to coach this one. He knows that he made a mistake, and been watching too much Johnny Manziel, Mike. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. That's one that, as a defensive back, you're thinking, okay, this is all me. I can take this one because he doesn't even see me coming. And I think that's one of those things where over right here, flat defend, you see him right there. He plays it a little bit, and he goes, is he really going to throw this? I guess I'm going to have to go take this thing away and then turn a little bit of defense into offense. I think the big thing for me with Cole McDonald, you look at what he was, again, 4-4, 4 touchdowns, great. 4 interceptions, not great. And then we saw the way that he ended the season a year ago, being up and down for Hawaii to get to a bowl game, for Hawaii to be a team that can be a contender in the Mountain West. What do you think the number one thing is that Cole McDonald's going to have to clean up?
Yeah, it's these turnovers, no doubt. And living through him right here, I can envision this angle is perfect. You can see that he's late. He doesn't get the throw right away. Yep. And internally, he's probably like, oh, crap, I got to get back to that throw. I missed the window. I missed the completion. And then sure enough, late sometimes worse. And he gets back there, and it's a turnover. But that's the biggest thing, right? Hawaii's going to run this run and shoot and put up a bunch of points and a bunch of yards. But every week, me and you and every coach and analyst in the country is going to go to that turnover column and see what they did there, how many fumbles, how many turnovers. And that was obviously what almost got them in trouble. But he's late here. Being the quarterback inside me feels that. He's like, crap, I should have done it right there. But doesn't get there and pays a steep price as a result.
Yes, he does. I'm looking forward to watching him rebound. Take us through mentally what's it like. You know that you've been put on the sidelines. but you still are the starter, so you've got to rebound. What's that like mentally for a quarterback to have to do?
Yeah, for better or worse, I've been benched a couple times in my college career, so I know exactly that. You got to just flush it, though. You got to learn from it. You got to know that, hey, even when I maybe didn't play my best, I still was able to put a W in the win column. I still was able to put up these yards and these throws, and you pay attention to the things you did great, which you did a lot of great things. There's a reason we're talking about them and breaking them down, but learn from it, flush it, and understand that's only week 0. A lot of ball left to play, and he's had a ton of success. I don't envision he'll have a big problem with that.
Words of wisdom from Max Browne, folks. From Max Browne, myself, this is another episode of Tape Don't Lie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Looking forward to watching both of these guys.